Hey guys, so this is my review for Season 2, Episode 21 of The Flash, entitled The Runaway Dinosaur. Now I'm going to apologize ahead of time because I'm sick right now, so my voice may sound really, really bad. So just bear with me. The first thing is Joe, Iris, and Wells find Wally and Jesse, because where we left off with the last episode, we didn't know, how things were going on, blah, 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 blah. So, and they were still trapped down in the cell from the particle accelerator. So, and after the particle accelerator exploded, then they were kind of hit with the particles, not necessarily knocked out, but kind of. So they found them. Cisco touches the suit and vibes Barry. He he sees where he is, that he's stuck in the Speed Force. Barry ends up in his old room. Barry sees Joe, which, according to Joe, he's not Joe, which confused the heck out of me at first. And then Joe explains to Barry that he's talking to the Speed Force, that it's not actually Joe and everybody else that he's talking to. He's talking to the Speed Force, even when he's talking to his mom, when he's talking to his dad. He's talking to the Speed Force. Joe says Barry is not going back until he catches a thing speeding down the road. I didn't know. I was kind of wondering what that thing was, because at first I thought that was that time wrath thingy-mabobber, whatever it was that was in that episode, the episode flashback. That's what I thought it was. Joe promises to find Barry. Oh, that's back in the real time. Joe promises to find Barry. Iris because Cisco tells them that they have to go down to the morgue or something and get something. Iris goes, "Ew, you guys have a morgue?" That I thought was funny. Barry's running outside. We're back in the we went back and forth throughout that episode. So going back to where real time Barry is at. He's running out. He runs outside. He sees Iris. Iris of the Speed Force meets Barry. Iris, you're the Flash, Barry. Tony looks like a zombie. Back to the real time. Cisco, safe as in my brain's not going to melt. That was funny. Barry can go back, but he'll be without his powers. Which I was so freaking... Gah! So then what? Second time he's lost his powers? He didn't go. Decided not to. Cisco tells Iris he lost him. Barry sees his dad. Henry says Barry has never been able to grieve. Never been to the grave of his mother. Yeah, which was it was a good moment. They ended up using Iris as bait for Tony, because Iris and Tony know each other. Barry says he doesn't have to listen to Henry. He runs off. Joe says, good news is we lured Tony back to Star Labs. Iris, bad news is we lured Tony back to Star Labs. Cisco says plans A through G did not work. They had plans A through G, which was what I was kind of, skeptical about. Barry runs back to his house. He sees his mom, which made me bawl. I was, that scene. Nora reads Barry a book, which is entitled The Runaway Dinosaur, which is the episode title. Which is not, Nora isn't actually Nora Allen. It's the Speed Force still talking to him. But still, in that situation, it still would have felt real to Barry. Barry meets his Speed Force. He phases back into him, giving him his speed back. Cisco touches the suit. Iris does too and says, Barry, come home to me. That made me cry. Nora says, run, Barry, run. Barry returns and they have to defeat Girder. Barry grabs Iris as bait for Tony. Barry runs around Tony and runs him out. Barry, I'm sorry I got lost, Iris. It's okay. You're home. Barry shocks Jesse back to life, which I think is pretty cool that he can do that. With how his speed is, that he can just shock her back to life. It's so cool. Henry says he's staying in Central City. Yay! Iris and Barry go to Nora's grave. That was sad. This freaking episode. Zoom asks Caitlin if she's with him or against him. Zoom shows up at CCPD, and a whole bunch of metahumans are there. And that's the end of the episode. And I guess we'll find out what tomorrow night's episode is. So, okay, I know that was really quick, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you think. And I will be doing a review for Tuesday's episode. And I will see you next week, and I think, well, not next week, but this week. Yeah, because I think this week is the season finale. Alright, bye guys.